Hey everyone, I'm Joe White. I'm the lead product manager in LSEG Labs. Maybe a very quick intro to LSEG Labs and what we do before we jump into the demo of FX Impact Intelligence. So we're part of group strategy. We focus on key strategic areas for LSEG, and our mandate is to understand, what is possible in these key strategic spaces. Will it bring value to our customers? Does it make commercial sense for LSEG? And can we leverage or use emerging tech to kind of help accelerate our progress in this space? And finally, we're always looking to kind of build IP in that area for the business. So my role as a product manager is to kind of connect the user experience, technical and business requirements together. And I'm joined today by my colleague Nitish Kumar, who also worked on the FX Impact Intelligence project.
Hey all, Nitish here. So I'm the lead data scientist in the Singapore Labs team, and I work very closely with Joe on all the projects you mentioned, including FX Impact Intelligence. Our role is to sort of introduce innovative data science techniques into most of the projects which we work on.
So today we'd like to share the work labs have completed on FX Impact Intelligence. Before we jump into the solution and give you a demo, let me give you some background on the project. So skip over. So when we began this project, we wanted to understand how we can utilize the vast amount of FX data we have as a business by leveraging our FX matching and FX all venues and our news and macroeconomic data as well. And speaking to customers and industry experts, we learned that FX is highly impacted by important breaking news and macroeconomic announcements. And when we spoke to the FX community as part of the project, we learned that even for the most experienced FX professional, it's difficult to kind of constantly monitor which events impact currency markets. So this led us to the concept for FX Impact Intelligence. Which aims to leverage our vast data from FX venues, news, macroeconomic data to help identify events which have an impact and quantify this impact to reduce some of the noise for our FX community. We started with two main types of events, so scheduled data announcements and then breaking news. And within that breaking news, we have central bank announcements as well. Maybe there's two more things to kind of mention here is when we talk about impact, we're focused on short-term impact rather than impact over the course of a whole day. And we're not predicting anything. We're showing users what happened in real time and comparing it to what happened in the past, so they can interpret and use their experience to kind of help kind of draw insights from that. So it's descriptive rather than predictive, let's say. So what exactly goes into building FX Impact Intelligence? So in this kind of proof of concept that we have so far, we're using FX matching and pricing trade volume. And we also experimented with our FX all pricing as well, and we hope to introduce that into the kind of production version in the future. And we're also using our machine readable news and our macroeconomic data. We currently cover 16 currency pairs, and in the future we hope to be adding more. And initially we see this being delivered in FX for Workspace, and again in future as an API. The customers we've spoken to so far from our FX community are mainly spot traders and FX sales traders, and they find a lot of utility from the product. So with that, let me jump over to the demo. Perfect. So this is the daily event monitor of FX Impact Intelligence. So the daily event monitor shows a list of events which are important for the currency markets, and these and from these events, FX Impact Intelligence performs kind of impact analysis. So maybe before we kind of jump into it, for news, there are kind of two main models involved in creating this page and what you see here in front of you. That's because only about 1% of the news impacts the FX market. So it's important to kind of first filter out that non-relevant those non-relevant news events and kind of remove the noise. And Nitish can explain a bit more about the models and approaches here.
Sure. So as Joe mentioned, like one of the first tasks which we had to do was perform a filtering task on the news. So we have two main models for the filtering aspect. One is a rules-based model. So we do get a lot of tags attached to our news feed, which includes tags like topics. So what we've done here is the rules model, which looks through the topics of a news and filters it out based on the if a news has a topic not related to the FX field, for example, entertainment or sports, for example, the rules-based model will remove such news first. So this is a good model. It does remove a lot of the noise, but what we have realized based on our testing is that it's not enough. So we do have another model, which is the machine learning model. So what we've done here is we've actually built a supervised model, machine learning model, which is trained based on the headlines of the news. We've annotated all those news as whether it is related to FX or not. So now that we have trained this model, every single news which passes that initial filter, it goes through this machine learning model and is identified as whether it's related to FX or not. So only if a news sort of passes both these models, it will be considered as related to FX. So as only then it comes into this news feed which Joe was talking to about. So here, as you can see here, so we have chosen one news on the 24th of Feb. This is a very important day because it is a day when Russia announced the war on Ukraine. So, and this is one of the maybe the first news which was related to this topic. Again, we have done the filtering, but another important step here is the news even related to a given FX or did it have an impact on a given FX pair? So what we've done here is we have built a few models related to this. As you can see here, this news has had an impact on two currency pairs. So what we've done here is the first step is to see if the news had any sort of price impact on on all the currency pairs. So did it cause some sort of abnormal jumps in the price in all the currency pairs? So as Joe previously mentioned, we have looked at it from a sort of a short-term period. So we only have like a 5-minute window while we have calculated this. While this is again very, very important to see if it has caused a price jump, one thing we realized was this was not enough because a lot of news tend to piggyback on these sort of big news items and gets sort of falsely marked as impactful. So this is where we had to introduce a few more impact models. One is a clustering based model where we sort of say that only if a news has been talked about by a few different news sources, it can be considered as impactful. That is again very interesting because big news items tend to have some sort of relationship with the number of sources talking about it. We do have some other filtering methods based on the country. Again, we have also introduced a machine learning model here. So the rationale behind that is we have a huge database of news and we know whether all the historical news had an impact on a given FX currency pair or not. So what we've done here is we have trained again a supervised model with all the news and all its meta tags and seen if those news have caused some sort of impact on a given currency pair. So the idea here is now that we've trained this model, any new news, if we put it through this machine learning model, what the model will do is, OK, a similar news, has it happened in the past? And which sort of currency pairs did those news have an impact on? So again, all these criteria which I've mentioned have to be satisfied for a news to be marked as impactful and for you to see that flame symbol on the left-hand side of the screen.
Thanks, Nitish. So like recap on that, we've cleaned the news. We've now got the clean news that's related to the FX market, and then we have impact analysis identifying which news are actually impactful on what currency pairs. And another thing that we add here for these events are kind of we can view them on this kind of impact charts to offer kind of a bit more color and let users assess them in real time. So we map them onto the price chart, and so you can see here all these orange dots on the price chart, and we kind of take it a step further to see how potentially impactful they are, not just on price, but also on spread, volume, volatility. So we can see here, this was the event that Nitish spoke about around Ukraine at 10:47 on the price chart, but we can also see below its impact on volume, volatility, and spread. And the kind of the figures here for volume, volatility, and spread, these are z-scores, and they represent the standard deviation of each metric, so the volume, volatility, and spread, every minute versus the average last 5 trading days. And this provides kind of a measure of how unusual the activity was versus the past week. Now, the last thing you might want to know once you've identified this impactful event and had some kind of analysis on the impact charts are, when has this type of event happened in the past, and how did it impact the market previously? So we can see here we've got this Italy PM, Dagnan says to Russia, attack on Ukraine. And we can see we've got these kind of symbols, which means we've identified similar past events to this. So we've identified, in the last 3 years, have there been similar past events in the news to this? So we can click here, it will open up, and we've got the current event that we're interested in, and then in the last actually it's not 3 years, in the last year, these are similar past events to this. So we can actually compare the impact on the same currency pair of the current event to these past events by clicking on them here on the left hand side and actually assessing them on the right hand side for price return, volume, volatility, and spread. And maybe Natasha, it's worth just kind of mentioning how we actually identify those similar past events and the NLP work involved in it.
Yeah, sure. And as Joe mentioned, it's a proper NLP task, which is identifying what those past events are. And the toughest part here is it's a very subjective topic on what is a similar event. So we've gone through various iterations on identifying what a similar event is. So when it came to the NLP task, we have like a embedding based approach here to identify if two news are similar. We have implemented that, but we've also implemented this sort of a graph based NLP approach. The idea being there that by setting up a graph, an NLP graph, you could prioritize on what the similarity should be based on. So in this case, we have sort of prioritized, the subjects of the news needs to be similar. The objects of the news needs to be similar. By doing that, we have like two approaches, one on the NLP side and one on the sort of just the text, the embedding approach. And it's that combined effect which gives you these sort of similar events.
Thanks, Nitish. So we've kind of discussed breaking news, and we also capture central bank announcements within that daily event monitor. However, for economic data announcements, we cover 108 of these, and based on it, these are all based on our analysis of which ones are actually impactful. And we will most likely add more in future. So we can select economic announcements, and we will see the 108 economic announcements listed by name, or we can see kind of by date. So what happened yesterday, what happened today, what's happening in the next 7 days. And if we go down, we can select like the US non-farm payroll, if I can find it here. US non-farm payroll. I'm blind. Here we go. And it should open up for me. Perfect. What we see here is here's the latest US non-farm payroll, the one that happened on the 8th of July. But we also have the last 3 years of US non-farm payrolls that we can compare alongside. So in here we actually we have the date, the period that they occurred, the results, but we also have our analyst kind of forecasts that we have within the business. So the surprise, the mean, median, and smart forecast. And the last thing that we use to kind of help you understand which past non-farm payrolls you want to compare to the current one is our volume, volatility, and spread analysis. So much like the concept I showed you before, where we have those z-scores for volume, volatility, and spread, we have those for all the past events. So where they're blue, if you want to understand, identify similar past non-farm payrolls that had like a similar volatility score, you can kind of select these and compare them apples to apples, for instance. So we can select, a couple of events here on the left-hand side, and it will map them out over in the chart on the right-hand side. So the blue line is the latest event that we have here that happened on the 8th of July. And then we can see the colours kind of correspond to the 3rd of June and the 6th of May in purple and green. And we can kind of compare those like for price return, volume, volatility and spread, much like we could do with the similar past events for news. But we might want to, if we add too many lines, it can get a bit messy. So we've added this idea of quantile analysis. So if I jump over here, we've selected 5 events for this, and we've got this quantile analysis. And this compares kind of today's event again in blue to the mean, which is the orange kind of broken line of the past similar events. And it covers it for like a 6-hour period. And the quantile analysis it shows like the max and min values of those past events. The lighter kind of shade color, are the outliers, and the darker shade is the trend for the past events. And this is kind of FX impact intelligence, and this piece, this kind of economic events side of things, is kind of what we're hoping to have available later this year within Workspace. So before I leave you, I kind of maybe leave you with 3 things. Maybe with FX impact intelligence, we're not telling you X is going to happen. We're not trying to predict the future. We're introducing machine learning to help our FX professionals by reducing the noise and giving them the tools to decide if this is impactful based on their experience. We want to augment that experience of bringing in innovation and machine learning with the kind of expertise of the FX market. And what we've done with FX for the FX markets, it could be applied to fixed income or commodities. We look at this as somewhat of a blueprint for linking impactful events to different asset classes. And again, the last thing maybe to mention is what we've shown you for FX Impact Intelligence is it's planned to be delivered in Workspace as a UI, but it could equally be delivered as an API, and it would have a lot of power as an API, and it could sit in something like Codebook. And our colleague Carl Carey is here to share a bit more about Codebook and how it can, we can accelerate innovation by leveraging kind of open APIs. So that's all from us, myself and Nitish. Thank you so much for your time.